next guest is Harmoniche Deng. So he likes to be called Niche. Niche is a 14-year-old ninth grader who attends Whittleton Senior High School in Australia. He is one of the youth leaders for Lime Academy, which means leadership in motion and experience, an initiative of a not for profit multicultural professional bridge that facilitates activities for the youths from 12 to 17 years of age for communication, project, personal development, and leadership skills complementary to traditional schools. Niche has led by example and with passion, including working with a team of 18 youths from 14 ethnic and national backgrounds to co-author a book called A Handbook for Migrant Youth, peer-to-peer wisdom from those who've been there, done that. The process involved working with mentors and the book compiler to team up, brainstorm, research, and then write a book, which was published in August 2019. Nish and a core team of his co-authors have also led a Lime podcast series of 7 episodes where they further engage the wider community in live conversations around key narratives in their book. Nish has since become very influential among his peers in school and the wider community, including presenting keynote speeches across Western Australia. Nish's main passion is to inspire young people to aim higher in life and be all that they can be. Nish, I want to say congratulations. Kudos on writing your first book at that age. That is just a tremendous achievement. I welcome Nish now, and I'm so proud of the work you're doing, young man. And please share with us your presentation.
Hello everyone. My name is Harmoniche Deng. First of all, I would like to thank the Lead India Foundation and the Lime Academy and Mr. Ephraim Osage for providing me a platform to be able to speak here tonight. When I was first notified to attend this event, I knew it was a once in a lifetime opportunity and I had to definitely seize it. For me, seizing opportunities is a crucial aspect of to aspiring to dream big and aiming high in life. So as a teenager, I have to say that dreaming big and pursuing passions isn't something that I'm particularly really good at or an expert in. I have to say I know that I'm not mature enough and I haven't lived enough years to truly understand or experience this part of life, and I'm still learning this as well. However, I recognize that I'm blessed to be in an environment where I can learn and adapt to these things. Let's start off by sharing one of my personal experiences. My father always tells me that there are 3 steps to achieving any goals and dreaming high in life: setting the goal, planning, and taking the action. Now, setting your goal is the first step, and setting your goal is setting your dreams. There can be big goals, big dreams, and there can also be small goals and small dreams. Even when you look at it from a scientific perspective, atoms are the smallest things to ever exist, but these billions upon trillions of atoms make up everything that is around us and everything that we can see. Now, the second part of achieving any goal is the planning. Now, the planning is a bit different. Through my years as an adolescent teen, I've done planning, various planning on how to study and pass tests, and planning how I'll approach certain social situations, and a bunch of various things like that. Planning for me is the mapping out of the general way of how I can execute my own actions. Now, the hardest part of all of this is executing the actions. Now, anyone can keep up their plan for a day, maybe a week, probably a month or 2 months. But the real hard part about taking action is the longevity of keeping up with your plan and pursuing your actions. And that is what will really, ultimately, what will really achieve your goals. Now, I like to bring up an old Chinese literature saying that says 10年磨一剑, and this saying means that it takes 10 years to sharpen a sword. Of course, the phrase 10 years doesn't really mean 10 years, but instead it encourages the longevity of a prolonged action in order to achieve or sharpen any skill. Now I'd like to take a couple of examples from my own personal experiences and from what I've learned in life. So earlier this year, I was invited to an International Women's Day breakfast event to perform as a solo pianist by the Western Australian Department of Education. Of course, being the teenager I am, I'm immersed in social media and whatever the things going on with the World Wide Web these days. So being the teenager I am, I took pictures of the event and I posted it on my social media. And the comment section of my social media went wild. They were saying things like, "Wow, good work! You're so talented! Wow, what an artist!" And as much as I enjoyed reading those comments, they really warm my heart. But they're simply not true. You see, I'm not talented, and I don't have a further musical understanding than the next person who plays an instrument. But instead, the way I earned that opportunity is the way I went about executing my actions. And the best part about it is that I didn't even know. So I started playing piano when I was about 5 or 6 years old, and ever since then, I've never stopped playing since. And of course, I've had struggles, and as everyone does, but the prolonged perseverance is what really sharpens the way we can really achieve our goals. And now I like to bring up another example, and this time of a celebrity status. I'm sure everyone has heard of President Barack Obama, the first African American US president, and now one of the idols in the hearts of many people. He had the dream of becoming a president when he was in grade school, so when he was really small, like maybe 10 or 11 or 12. And throughout his life, there's always been evidence of him planning, goal making, planning, and taking actions to do so. As a late teen, he spent most of his time in the library reading about politics and social studies, which eventually led him being a senator. This was ultimately all planning and preparation for when he'd become president in 2008 for 2 terms at age of 47. Now, of course, while goaling, planning, and taking action all sounds as simple, of course, there will always be bumps and stoppages along the way where your progress is slowed down or where you'll have less motivation from what your initial dream was. And for me, as an adolescent youth, this is when getting some help is helpful and handy. For me, of course, I've always had the support of my family and my friends. I'm so blessed to have the support of my family and friends, but I've also had the support of the Lime Academy. The Lime Academy over my years have really helped me grow as an individual and helped me with following through my aspirations as someone to make a difference in the community. My biggest takeaway from Lime is, of course, the experience I've had with the growth of myself and my peers, and mostly the way I can promote leadership and motion experience within my community. Now, further goals and dreams are birthed by constant growth. And needless to say, my involvement with the Lime Academy has grown myself and my peers alike to pursue bigger dreams and aspire to bigger goals. Now, so what am I trying to say here? So this just shows that whether you're a teenager who's still unsure of their future and their goals, so me, or a revolutionary public figure in Barack Obama, you will always need a goal, a plan, and a prolonged action to achieve your goals and to aim high in life. Put downs and slow progress is inevitable, but sorry, put downs and slow progress is always inevitable, but through this process, you will rarely find yourself being alone. And from my own life, I can definitely infer that you are the director of your own movie, but no good movie is created without a legendary cast. Thank you.
The last words you mentioned, you are the director of your own movie. I think each one of us have the ability to pave our way to the future and also create a roadmap, vision, and mission, and also define the milestones. I think your approach is wonderful. I think the way you presented, amazing. Thank you, Mirel, for connecting Harmoniche. So we look forward to working with you. And we are establishing the Australian chapter very soon, and we need people like you to promote this concept of enabling children to pursue their passion and help them to dream high and aim high in life. So I think you can